These are 5 cool knives in a sort of weird, strange type of interesting, quirky sort of way. So you may want to own some of these yourself. Some of them make really good EDC knives. The other ones, maybe not so much. You guys will let me know in the comments as we go through it. But of course, all of these knives will be linked down below in the description and pinned comments so you can check them out. We're going in no particular order here, and I really hope you guys really enjoyed this upload. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Starting us off with a bang here, the boom DC Blades XL Scythe Reverse Tuxedo. I mean, this thing is just a handful, right, name-wise, but then you actually look at the blade. I mean, this thing is just epic in every single possible way. It is a frame lock. Let's kind of take it, let's kind of digest it a little bit, right? We have titanium handles on here, a crazy epic looking backspacer with all the sort of jimping going on there, crown jimping. Then we have a reversible pocket clip with the carbide ball, goes in and out of the pocket really good. Lefties rejoice, you could use it as well. The only deployment option is the flipper tab, and it's nice and jimped. And then boom, it's there. Then there's the blade. Check this thing out. This thing is insane. I mean, to say that this is a pokey tip, I mean, that's a severe understatement. I mean, this thing is meant for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to cut Amazon packages, if you know what I mean. Wink wink. Yeah, we're talking about a self-defense knife here, and of course this knife doesn't specialize in self-defense in any way, shape, or form. We do, look at knives here as cutting tools and, for EDC purposes, everyday tasks. But yeah, there's no doubt that this blade is going to be insane. It's going to be a great thruster, right? Going to poke through material very, very, very well. We do have a recurve edge on this one with a flat grind S35 VN steel. And yeah, once it goes into the material, it's going to trap material and just kind of dig in deeper and deeper. I can go ahead and move the lock bar out of the way here, right? Nice drop shot action. It is on ball bearings with an internal track here as a stop, right? Very solid lock up there, and it's just a nasty. That is, I'll keep putting pressure on the lock bar, so let's try not to do that. That is just one nasty looking blade. So utility cuts and drag cuts with this thing are gonna obviously work really good. You can, do reverse grip on this thing. You can do the Friday night gas station fighting grip, Mole Ninja fighting grip, whatever, grip you want to do. One thing is for sure, this is a cool add to your knife collection. This is going to be a conversation starter, no doubt, because you probably don't have many blades in your EDC rotation or knife collection that looks anything close to this. This thing is absolutely epic. One mean, savage, very dangerous looking blade there, to say the least, with that recurve and that pokey tip. Yeah, this thing is insane. I did an unboxing on this one, which by the time you're watching this video, I haven't posted yet. But yeah, needless to say, this thing is just savage, epic, in so many levels. You guys let me know your thoughts on the Scythe from DC Blades or XL. I mean, it's a brand that I'm not that familiar with. This knife made a debut in the channel. I believe Shieldon Knives is actually maybe a sister brand to DC Blades. They also have DC Blade printed on the blade as well, but definitely check this thing out. It is absolutely epic. We're moving on to the next knife, and that is this thing, right? This crazy thing right here is the Vosteed Dirty Girl. It is a karambit. It is in a way technically a fixed blade, full tan construction fixed blade. This one has the green micarta going on, and yeah, just take a look at this thing. Very similar to that last knife. You have a recurve blade with a pokey tip. Obviously not as pokey as the last one, but yeah, it is insane. 14C 28N steel, RS Knife Works collaboration on that stone wash. We have the pinky ring here, right? That it can also be a self-defense knife. We kind of cover it in this channel as an EDC Amazon cardboard destroyer, if you would. Flat grind going on there, good plunge grind situation. Tons of jimping everywhere, right? Some crazy jimping there and here, all throughout the blade, which, can be what I believe Knives Nice called it, the attitude adjuster, right? Kind of adjust somebody's attitude right there with the crazy jimping design. Kind of looks like a gear right there. That's very cool. So you can grip this guy like this and kind of open up your boxes, right? Do some utility cuts, drag cuts with this guy that way. Or, you can, let me see. There we go. Grip this guy like that. So if you're doing Friday night gas station fighting grip with this guy, it works really good. It's not going to work like this. Obviously, it's not meant for that. Or it's not going to work like that in that grip. So one of two ways. You either put your pinky and grip it up here, or put your index and grip it this way. That is a karambit in a nutshell. I believe this is the first karambit from Vosteed, and this thing is just epic. The fact that it's one whole thing. When you see the unboxing on this thing, I compared it a little bit back and forth with the REA EXO RSK, which is one of my favorite karambits of all time, so I want to say gravity karambit, but the RS Chaos Dirty Girl. And then there's just the name, right? The fact that it's called a Dirty Girl. Like, why did they think of that name? I don't know, but pretty cool, very quirky blade. I just want to go ahead and share it with you guys, the RS Chaos Vosteed collaboration Dirty Girl. Then we got this thing, right? And you're probably wondering, okay, well, we're dialing things down. This is just a fixed blade. Well, let me tell you, this is not just any fixed blade. This is coming from TacKnives, which is, I believe, the budget version of TacKnives. And I don't think Kratos from God of War actually carried a knife or a sharp tool cooler than this. Take a look at this thing. The Marlin from TacKnives. This is just epic, insane of a fixed blade. This is crazy. So let's kind of break it down a little bit, right? So we have a stone wash finish, dual ground blade, right? It is a sort of tanto, if you would, right? You have this grind right here. That's a flat grind, and that's a flat grind. I don't think it's a hollow, so it's both flats. And nice, beautiful switch right here. Just the fact that it gets thicker here in the front, like that just looks like straight out of God of War, the video game. If you ever played that, smash the like button. You know what's up. Crazy jimping. Like the teeth on here are going to tear your finger apart. Like that finger is locked and loaded. If you walked into the Vaseline factory with this knife, it's not going anywhere. That's how aggressive that jimping there is. You can also put your thumb up here, right? There's like a little crazy tiny section there. I guess you could forward choke if you wanted to, being very, very careful. But yeah, this is just an interesting, crazy knife here. Check out the handle, right? We have G10 scales. The G10 scales are also nicely and very interestingly milled. Take a look. Full tank construction, of course. 2 big T10 hardware, I think, on these guys. And yeah, this thing provides crazy grip. At first, I was a little skeptical. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, it's a little bit on the skinny side, that handle. But then it's actually girthy enough, and the all that milling definitely helps. So it's actually very comfortable, right? Has some good ergos to it. And then you're just EDCing what I believe to be one of the most savage blades, fixed blades I've ever seen. So I still puts a smile on my face when I take a look at this. I mean, there's 1,000 different designs out there with the simple drop point blade you can use all day. But this thing is just weird and quirky and savage and epic in so many different ways. The TacKnives Marlin. This thing is awesome, right? Even got your lanyard hole there. Again, feels really good on hand, straight out of God of War. And the sheath situation, right? Very, very solid. Check this thing out. Next, we have straight out of Transformers. This one's a little bit more of a kind of an interesting topic, if you would. This is the CIVIVI Typhoeus. Hopefully I'm saying it right. The Typhoeus from CIVIVI Knives. And yeah, this thing morphs from a push dagger. So start like a push dagger right here. That's how it came out of the sheath. It actually comes with its own sheath, and you'll see why in a moment. It actually morphs into an actual, knife, right? Like a folding knife. So technically, it's a folding knife, but it's a folding knife that folds, except it doesn't ever fully fold. So you can have it in the dagger position, you can have it in the knife position, but you can't store it like this, right? The only way you can store it is in the dagger position, and then in this provided sheath here, right, with a belt buckle, if you would. So we have aluminum construction on this one, nice lines, milling going all throughout. It is a little bit arguably, I mean, this will be kind of like a vanity piece to your knife collection, if you would, because in everyday use, I mean, this portion here would work pretty decent as an EDC knife, unless, you're doing some crazy stuff, then I don't know what you're up to. But it works actually pretty decent as an EDC knife. It's just the fact that once you're done using your knife, then you do have to switch it into the push dagger position and very carefully put it in the sheath. You also would think that it will line up with the CIVIVI logo facing you, but it's actually the other way around with the CIVIVI logo facing backwards. And then it goes into your belt like this, right? Kind of has a little belt loop. So you actually have to carry it with a sheath. I mean, it's pretty cool nevertheless, as far as everyday functionality. That's what I mentioned at the beginning. Some of these are going to be more user-friendly or EDC-friendly than others. But as a piece in a knife collection, right, I think this would be pretty epic. You have a finger choil here. All other fingers follow suit. It's actually pretty ergonomically comfortable. The handle is nice and rounded here, so it actually works pretty good. It's just the fact that it doesn't lock in place. What would have been nice is if the knife actually locked somewhere, so I could lock it in this position or lock it in this position. I think Reich has a very interesting knife that achieves the same thing, but it actually fully folds, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, there's also this concern here, right? You could be, let's say you're actually using this for its intended purpose, right? The fact that it doesn't lock in place, it's kind of leaving your fingers, like it could disassemble, kind of try to bend or whatever out of shape while you're using it, I guess, to destroy your cardboard in the push dagger style, if you know what I mean. But yeah, just an interesting knife all throughout the CIVIVI Typhoeus. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Again, did I mention these were sort of cool in a quirky, weird, strange kind of way? Because this thing kind of checks pretty much every single one of those boxes. The CIVIVI Typhoeus. And then to close things off, we have the bam. Right, kind of going back to CIVIVI again, we have the Biophase. Now this one is cool and strange and awesome in a quirky, cool, actually good way, because this is just an epic design. You don't see this every day. Right here, take a look at this thing. And I think they came up with such a fitting name for this thing. I just unboxed this one here in the channel recently. You haven't probably seen the unboxing video just yet, but yeah, this thing is a treat. You have a lot going on with this knife, and when I meant, you know, cool, kind of weird, you know, strange looking knife, that's exactly what I had in mind with this one. I'm like, yeah, this knife definitely takes the cake. So we have crazy construction here, all kinds of holes and see-through. The handles made by aluminum, which is that sort of gray portion there, and then there's black G10, which is very interesting. And then you have, you know, the blade itself, which is also kind of wild here. It's kind of like a clip point, beautiful hollow ground going on there. You got holes upon holes, and then some more holes. And did I mention holes? Because that's what the Biophase is all about. It's like a mixture. It's kind of like Venom, right? Took over this knife, and it's kind of morphing and whatnot. It is insane, right? The hollow ground, of course, is sexy, right? Check out when the light hits it. CIVIVI definitely knows how to make a sexy hollow ground, that's for sure. It is a plunge lock, button lock style knife, so the action is really good. They definitely also know how to make a good plunge lock, button lock. Flipper deployment as well with good jimping, and surprisingly enough, you can actually deploy this thing with these holes here. That is just epicness. Check that out. It deploys really good. Thumb deployment and even reverse flick as well. So yeah, this thing is a treat all around. And by the way, this so lightweight is insane. I actually did this weight during the unboxing. I'll get you guys a quick weight on this bad boy here, just for giggles. This thing is 2.7 ounces, 2.6, and a total of 75 grams. So yeah, when I say this thing is definitely in the lightweight department, it truly is. And honestly, through and through, I mean, what a wild looking design. You know, you have a deep pocket carry clip. It is reversible on the other side, which is good. And overall, I mean, I just can't stop looking at this thing, right? This has got to be one of the coolest CIVIVI knives in a while. Nitro V steel, in case I haven't already mentioned that, and satin finish on the blade. Action is good. This thing is crazy. This would be a great add to your knife collection, or even your rotation for that matter. All right, so let's do a quick recap, right? We looked at the Biophase, kind of go in reverse order. There's that Biophase. Again, links for all of these in the description. We just looked at the Typhoeus. Take a look at this guy, right? Crazy push dagger, folding knife, non-locking knife, if you would. Then there is, straight out of God of War, the TacKnives Marlin. Take a look at that. Then we have the not so clean girl, the dirty girl from Vosteed. I'm not trying to joke around. Like, these names are just something else. And then, you know, the big question mark, this blade right here. This thing is just mean, savage, all in one. The Shieldon Knives DC blades, Scythe in the reverse tuxedo configuration. Again, these are 5 cool, weird, strange, quirky knives in their own right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this upload. Let me know your thoughts on each one of these. You know, what do you love? What do you like? What do you love? Maybe what do you dislike? Any thoughts, comments, concern on any of these? Would love to hear from you guys down in the comment section. If you got value or at least entertainment out of this video, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And do consider subscribing. I make knife and EDC content like this on a daily basis. You will not be disappointed. Check these out, link down below. And check out that video to the left for more cool knives. Check out this video to the right for a video YouTube recommends. Shout out to my Patreon supporters and channel members for supporting what I do. You guys are the best. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me until the end. I'll see you guys on the next one, either this video or that video. Peace.